What's up, everyone? My name is Abby. I like to read, and it's Thirsty Tag Thursday, brought to you by water. Not sponsored. So it's Thursday. I want to do a tag, and I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna call these Thirsty Tag Thursdays. And it's a dumb name, but I already said it, so it's happening. But I got a new water bottle, and this one is like 12 ounces more than my other one, so that'll be interesting. I already got started. I was a little excited and I drank some, and so I apologize. But also, look, my wall's not blank anymore. You know, we have a lot of time on our hands now, and so I have gotten into diamond painting. It's like paint by number, but with these little jewels, and it was so much fun. It's so sparkly, and I hope you appreciate it because I poked a lot of unnecessary holes in my walls trying to get this into frame. But I hope none of these fall out. I would be very devastated. It took me like 4 days to do this, but I just love it. I think it's so cool. Look, it sparkles. Do you see the sparkles? Anyways, so today I'm going to be doing the Reading Habits book tag. I first saw this tag on Jessi's channel, the Bookish Mom, so I will link that video in her channel below. You should go watch it. It's really awesome. I love Jessi. She has some great recommendations, and I'm going to do this tag. So I did some research, and the original creator of this tag is the Book Jazz, but whenever I tried to click on her video, it was privated, and so I can't link that. But thanks for making this tag. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's her or him. I'm sorry, but thank you for making this tag. It's a really good tag, so I'm going to do it. Question number 1 is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Yes, I do. It's right there. It's called my bed. Like I said before in another video, I do everything on my bed. Read, sometimes eat, homework, sleep, watch Netflix. My bed is my safe place. And so I do most of my reading on there. Also, if I want to do something different and go outside, I do have some lawn chairs that my roommate and I found. Like, someone was throwing them away like at the front of the yard, so we like took them, and so they're just like little cheap like chairs, like those white lawn chairs, and I set one up so I like sit in one and then put my feet in the other, and then I read outside. So it's either in my bed or outside. Question number 2 is a bookmark or random piece of paper. This has actually changed recently. I used to just kind of use whatever I had next to me and I would just stick in the book. Yes, I was sadly a dog ear type of person, but now I'm so much into like collecting things, and it's like, whoa, I can collect bookmarks. And so now I use bookmarks, sometimes not traditional ones. I have this one bookmark that it's like a little 4-leaf clover, and it's literally like a rubber 4-leaf clover, and you put it in and it folds when you close it, so when you open it, it's like it's sprouting. It's super cool. And then I also have some bookmarks that I got from Owl Crate. So yes, recently I have been using bookmarks. Question number 3 is, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain number of pages? I really prefer to stop at the end of a chapter. That is why I love books that have short chapters, because I have kind of a short attention span, and so if I'm reading a long chapter and don't have a break to like just rest my mind, then I get a little antsy. And sometimes if a chapter is really long, I will just cut off in between and I gotta stop. I gotta, do something else. But I do prefer definitely to stop at the end of a chapter. Question number 4 is, do you eat or drink while reading? I'm not against eating or drinking while eating. Sometimes when I eat dinner, I will take my book downstairs on the kitchen table and I will read while I eat. But normally I do like to watch Netflix while I eat. But I'm not a big snacker. I don't keep a lot of snacks in the house because I have no self-control. And so really my only form of snacking is banana and peanut butter. I'm obsessed with peanut butter. I will just eat it by itself. So sometimes late at night, I guess I will go eat some peanut butter, but then like have my book next to it. But I'm not like intentionally, oh, I need to eat while I read. Question number 5 is multitasking, music or TV reading. So I am a huge multitasker. I think it goes along with my short attention span. When I am watching Netflix, I have to be doing something else. I have to be either working out or playing a video game, or I have a bullet journal, so making stuff in my bullet journal while I'm watching Netflix. I can't just watch TV on their own. So I can multitask doing anything except for reading. I do not like to do other things while I'm reading, except if it's eating. But I get distracted really easily. And so if I'm reading something, then I can't just like hear a show going on because I'll pay attention to the show, or like music. I can sometimes do music if there's no words in the songs, but I really would just prefer reading in silence. Question number 6 is one book at a time or several at once. So I used to read like 6 or 7 books at a time, and recently I've tried to stick to just one. But if I have a book that is pretty slow, or I'm just taking a long time getting through it and I need to complete a book just to make myself feel better, then I will read multiple at a time. Like right now I'm actually in the middle of 3 books, 4 if you count audiobooks, which I don't really count, but 3 physical books. I'm reading, Harry Potter. I'm reading Obsidio, which I'm actually okay multitasking with, because it's like a, do you call it multimedia book? I don't know what you call it, but it's like not a normal format book. And so it's not a book that you have to like really immerse yourself into in order to get the gist of the storyline. So I'm also reading The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. So those are 3 books that I'm reading. So I mean, ideally, I would love to just read one book at a time. And I really did that for a couple months, but sometimes I get excited and I want to start new books. At least it's not 6 or 7 like I used to do. Question number 7 is reading at home or everywhere. I prefer probably to read at home. I think that's where I'm most comfortable. But I can, I whenever I could go to class, can't do that anymore, but whenever I did go to class, I would take a book with me. I wouldn't read during lecture because I think I would get too distracted, but I can read like before lecture when, everyone's still coming in. So, I mean, I don't, I'm not against reading other places. I can read other places, just I prefer to be in my bed, my safe place. Question number 8 is reading out loud or silently in your head. I feel like this is an interesting question to me. I've never heard of someone reading out loud if it wasn't like, if they weren't reading to someone else. So if you are someone that reads out loud just by yourself, let me know, because that's really interesting. But no, I read in my head. Question number 9 is, do you read ahead or skip pages? Yes and yes. I used to, when I was really young, I would always just skip to the last page and read that, or the whole last chapter even, and I don't do that anymore right away. I will still sometimes, if I'm in a slow spot in a book, sometimes I want to know if something interesting is going to happen, so I will have something to look forward to. So I will flip ahead and skim pages and what's gonna happen next, and sometimes I'll just end up at the last chapter, and sometimes because normally the last chapter things are really exciting, so sometimes I'll get sucked in and just read the whole last chapter, and it's a horrible habit because it doesn't help me read any faster. It just is now I have to read all these pages just to get to what I already read. I already know how it ends, and it's really a bad habit, but I can't stop myself. It's just something that happens. It's not good. It's a problem. I have a problem. Question number 10 is breaking the spine or keeping it like new. Okay, so I have one exception to this, but I will always keep my books looking as nice as possible, except for if I know it's a lost cause. Like the Harry Potter books, for instance. I don't know if you've seen books after the third one, but they're big books, and there is no way, there's no chance in hell that you can read that book, the paperback book, and not break the spine. You would have to hold it like this, and then like try to look inside. There's no way. I'm gonna break the spine. It's just gonna happen. I'm not gonna mean to, but it's gonna happen. And so since I know that, I want all my books to match. And so the previous books 1 through 3, I wouldn't necessarily have to break the spine in order to read it comfortably, but I don't want them to look nice and then like 4 through 7 look like, wow, the spines are broken. So I broke the spines to the first 3 too. So, but other than that, I really want to keep my books looking as nice as possible, which is why I love buying hardbacks. Even though they're a little more expensive, they're so much easier to keep looking nice, because I will take the dust jacket off while I read. So yes, that is my opinion on that. And I need to catch up because I'm behind. And the last question, question number 11, is do you write in your books? And I do not. Whenever I am writing notes about my books, I write it in my notebook, like all of the characters, just so I remember, and then any notes that I have, and then at the end I will write a summary. And that's just so whenever I read the next book in the series, I have a bad memory, and so I'll usually not remember what happened, so I'll just go back and read it. I use a notebook. I don't write in the books. I think that's just a preference of wanting to keep them looking as nice as possible. Yeah, I guess that's the only reason why I don't. So those were all the questions. Oh gosh, you shouldn't drink this much water so fast. It doesn't feel very good. But I hope you guys also hydrated. Now is more important than ever. Drinking water is so crucial to staying healthy. So this is me reminding you, go drink some water and stay healthy. Oh, Freckles is coming. Hi, bud, come in. Come join me. Can you see Freckles? Can you see Freckles? What are you doing? Yes. So that's it for this tag video. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm sorry, I'm distracted by my dog because he's so cute. Hello. I hope you guys can see him, or else this will look really weird. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. It's so much water. Hi. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet.